was weird. It had a bunch of technical difficulties trying to get the stream started, but we're finally here. Hello everybody, we're back for another stream. On the list of things to get done today, we have a 3DS that has some corrosion on the power switch circuit, which was causing it not to turn on. So that's what we'll be working on today. This guy. Let me see if you guys can spot the corrosion, if it'll show it. Oh, it's actually over here. I guess we'll have to see about that under the microscope. Let's go ahead and get it started. Oh, I'm not seeing my usual analytics here. Ah, there it is. Alright, got it. Alright, it's a wacky Wednesday. Even though I'm wearing some basic socks. I'm not even wearing fire socks, I'm wearing basic socks. W, hey Montreal. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Still working on that controller, man. That thing is, it's like, it's annoying, but I was able to reproduce it, which I told you earlier, via text message. But alright, let's get started. I think what I'm going to need to do is get this donor taken apart. And then from there, I can figure out what components I need and take measurements. Figure out exactly what we need to do to get this repair accomplished. I know. Yeah, we getting there. Alright, let's get on over to the overhead cam. Appreciated, of course, man. Yes, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. I hate when that happens. It's like when you're having an issue, and then right when you go to show somebody, it's like they're looking at you like you're crazy because it's not doing the same thing in front of them. Said, hope my computer is nowhere near as finicky for both our sakes. No, your CMOS battery was a little finicky. It was like reading 3 volts and then it would read 2.4 volts. So the next thing that I'm trying to get done is to tack weld, which I've been looking at tack welders. They have like some okay ones for like 50 bucks. I'm thinking of picking one up just to have it, and then I can tack weld that CMOS battery back to those tabs and then have it back to you, or at least proceed from there, because I'm not sure if I received. Did you give the power cable, Boba? I didn't see a power brick with it. Maybe you did, but I don't think you did. So it's hard to run like testing without it. Maybe I can get with you. We can have you drop it off. New power brick. If you want, I can drop it off. Yeah, might have you do that. Probably for tomorrow or the day after, either Thursday or Friday. Alright, let's get this show on the road. You know what, let me grab my hand back here real quick. We gotta clean up a little so you don't scratch the finish on this thing. So what we got going on today is I'm going to be taking apart this 3DS. Drop a like. I appreciate that, Montreal. We have a 3DS, OG 3DS, that a customer dropped off. And the issue it's having is it doesn't turn on. And on a different stream, I investigated this issue and found out that there was corrosion near the power switch. And I was hoping to be able to just find like diagrams or some type of information to help me, but I wasn't, to try to figure out what components need to be replaced. So I'm going to figure out that information on my own by taking apart this working unit. And I guess I should prove that it works just on stream. So this is a personal donor unit that I had that I'm going to be taking apart and pulling components off of and taking measurements. Here, let's turn it on. I forgot how long these OG 3DSs took to boot up, man. There it is. The classic. Alright, anyway. Alright, onward with disassembly. You know what? I'm feeling some different music actually. I want to listen to some different music. This music's a little too slow. There we go. I think this is the first console where Nintendo didn't decide to use a tri-wing screwdriver. You know what? I did not make my IG post. Let me do that. Let me make this post. Let's see. 3DS. spoke with my ride. Should be able to drop the brick off tomorrow. My beef for not doing it initially. Not a problem. Not a problem. And Max. Hey, Max. Good to see you, man. You said good luck on the DS. I hate those things. It's just that one ribbon cable that makes everybody hate it. Like, reassembling it. And I totally know why. Alright, let's do it. How's your Wednesday going, Max? Microphone sounds different. Did you get a new one? No, but does it sound better or worse? Wait, never mind. Okay. This thing has been making me paranoid, this microphone. Cause like, I don't know if it's starting to go or what, but people say it makes me sound off, and sometimes I sound far away. I don't know if it's just starting to go on me or what. My day's been good. Back to school cuts have me working extra hard. You sound like my cousins. It's that time of year, man. Everybody's trying to get fresh. Like that's gonna help their grades, but I get it. I get it. Shoot. Believe it or not, there was a period of time I used to have waves. I used to have the 360 waves, man. I used to be the guy brushing his hair all the time. Wearing a do-rag or a wave cap at night, all that. That was me. And then Mother Nature had different plans. Told me dreams are for suckers. There's no place on your scalp for you. And so it was. Now I'm back to hats. 360 Juices. Oh yeah, 360 Juices videos be killing me, man. I was swimming, bruv. Oh, missed a screw. I never know if these screws are required. No, I didn't think so. What happened last stream? Oh, hey Juan. So last stream, there was a storm in my area, and it was persisting in my area. You cook us out the crib, LMAO? Nah, never. And if I was, I'd be picking up that stool over there. I'm playing. But no, what happened was just power surge. Being in Florida, lightning capital of the world, it took my power out momentarily, but then the storm was persisting, so I didn't want to restart the stream for it to happen again, so I just continued working off stream. I messaged in the Discord, and I tried to leave a comment on that video, but yeah. Alright, let's see. We're gonna need to flip this thing over, so we're gonna have to disassemble this guy a bit more. You know, another thing that I want to kind of get into repairing, I was talking to a coworker today about it, is audio equipment. So for like guitars and whatnot, like pickups, maybe even changing pickups on electric guitars, things of that nature. Amplifiers, pedals, things like that. He was telling me he thinks there's a really good market for it. And I'm like, yeah, that would be cool to work on. I mean, being that my dad was like a sound engineer for the longest time, I think that would be kind of cool. It would almost be like prophetic in a way. He said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about the Discord." Dang, dang, you forgot about the Discord. That is the most boomer comment you can. I'm just playing. You know I gotta roast you back, one. It's all in love, much love, actually. Pause. Not that much though. But no, that's just what happened. That slip disc in my back got me losing my memory. Bro, you and me both. Slipped, herniated, all that bulging. I got all the verbs from being a kid doing shenanigans. Them shenanigans will catch up with you, man. You gotta protect your body by any means necessary. See if you don't. No Diddy. No Diddy, no doubt. But nah, I felt bad, but I was like, let me just message. I'd hate for me to start the stream again and then it break the stream. And honestly, I have to delete those VODs because those VODs are incomplete. But Max, I'm glad your day's going well so far. How about you, Juan? How's the day going? Keeping it buck bean stack 1000. You know when like someone learns one phrase and then they just keep saying it. I'm playing. Let me not be mean. I can't be mean to the people that support me. That would just be stupid. Alright, so we got that ribbon cable released, and I'm getting a message. Gonna be live soon, cool. Azula didn't like you calling her out like that. Hey, you like the reference, right? You like that. Hey, what's up, Kai? Yo. It's my sister. It's my sister. My day was okay until I found out Leo pulled the plug on your house last stream. How shocking. He's still salty about that, you know what I mean? I learned last time that you need to remove the solder from these tabs. Just make your life easier. New movie, I know what Leo did last summer. But yeah, man, just take your time. Hopefully you can get it working. Yeah, Bontrell, I'm hoping so too. I'd hate to have to like say, at least for me, a no fix. I hate doing no fixes. I try to fix stuff. Took a L of a century, baby. Juan's too funny, man. There we go. cable. Yep. Alright, let's lift it up. How do you feel about the Yeehaw solder station you have? So, like, did you see the problem? Is that what you meant in that message? Yes. Montreal, yes. So far, I've had these Yeehaw stations for about 2 years now. Not bad. I mean, they're decent clones. They do the job. The only thing is, I wish the um the hot air station push the air from the unit and not from the handle. That's the only thing I wish was different. Other than that, it's okay. And I wish Yeehaw made a soldering station with smaller soldering iron tips. It's Russ! The triple R is in the building. Radical Russ returns. Alright, we got the SD card slot out. And now we can proceed. Yeah, I would say working on the original 3DSs is probably the most annoying out of the bunch. But then again, I've never opened a 2DS before. I'm changing my name? What do you mean? Radical Russ Returns? Is that the new name? New name, who dis? I appreciate you guys coming out, man. For a Wednesday night, for Wacky Sock Wednesday, even though... You know what? I need to make a Discord channel called Wacky Sock Wednesday. And every Wednesday, you gotta post in there. But I gotta find a way to incentivize y'all to actually do it. Like, I'll rate it, but that's not enough. I think we need something. Like, whoever has the best, like, radical socks or whatever, I'll gift them something. I need to figure out something. I think that would be cool. I'd way to engage with you guys and use the Discord. Russian nut repairs. Wait, is Russ Russian? Hey, 8-bit repair or Chris? Oh yeah, Chris, you're like new. I saw your post in the Discord, in the YouTuber Discord. I thought that was really cool, man. Wolfpack scented stickers, or it'll be the scent of the wacky sock I'm playing. That would be crazy. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll like send like one of the vinyl stickers I have out or something. That way it makes it fun, you know. You guys do it. It's something to do. It's something fun, engaging with the community. I think that'd be cool. Wacky Sock Wednesdays. Excuse me. Hey, hey. What have you been working on lately, Chris? Anything fun? All along, people. I'll be right back. Have a good rest of your night. Same to you, Montreal. 1 second. I need to hand something off to my associate. let's get this one. Uh-huh. Alright, let's see. Let me get this thing charging for you. I recently got a bunch more USB-C to USB-C cables because it was getting annoying. Every time I needed one, I couldn't find one. Yeah, it's okay if they hear me talk. At least they know I didn't, I'm coming back. I got the milk, and I'm coming back. The meme can live on. Alright. Back to the cave. Alright. We're back. Grips and grippy socks? What are y'all talking about in here? What did I walk into? Max said, how do you feel? Oh, that PS5 HDMI pair was a huge success. Didn't burn the plastic this time. Good job, man. What do you think you did differently? And on that note, let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here. Chris said, fixed a green screen of death PS5. Wow, I've never seen that one before. Now working on beep on off. Now working on beep on off. Xbox Series X that I think it's bad RAM. Gotcha. I missed that lore. Thanks for elaborating at Triple R. Something's weird, but someone tried translating my name and it came up Russian nut repairs. Hey yo, pause. The milk. Hey yo, pause. What is going on here? Hot air station came in clutch for real, bro. Honestly, there's no other way to do like port repairs in my opinion, unless it's hot air. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me to use any other method. But maybe that's just me, and maybe there's like a specific station that works best, but in my opinion, nah. What made you decide to use a hot air station for that go around? Alright, how were you doing it before, Max? Were you using soldering iron? Side note, I know it's not a big deal, but I'm to hit 100 subs on my YouTube. I'm hyped. Dang, Juan, look at you. Wait, am I subbed to you? Hold up, wait a minute. Now you got me questioning if I'm subbed. Dang, he's at 98. Alright, I just brought him to 99. And let me go to my personal YouTube, and we're going to make that 100 right now. We're going to get this man to 100 right now. Dark Side Obi-Wan. Why does he not come up? He's like a super niche channel. Hold on 1 second. I'm supporting. Trying to show some support. I just copied the link. Boom. You're at 100. Just like that. Bam. Oh dang, thank you Jeff, I appreciate it. This guy. This man's a Mario brother now. But nah, you're welcome, man, of course. That's the least I could do. Alright, we're getting to the point where we can lift this thing out. Wait, let me make a note of the number here. What number is this? Oh, so this is a CTR CPU 1. So this is a first gen, super first gen 3DS. And this is like a second revision motherboard. This is a CPU 20. And this is a CPU 01. So far from what I'm seeing, the differences aren't that vast. It's a proud scream from a Samoan. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool. So listen, Max said, so listen. You know it's about to be good when someone says, now, so listen. It's like when a Hispanic person says, mira. Or in a Haitian person says, gade. That's how you know something real about to be spoken. Alright, he said, so listen, my hot air station is buns, and sometimes I have to go back in and solder the pins on. But this time the hot air decided to work, I guess. Well, I just ordered really nice solder station, really nice hot air station. Nice, man. That's what's up. I think you hear it in Moana sometimes, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I guess I have to watch Moana now. I was hoping I didn't have to watch it and it would just appear in a Kingdom Hearts game at some point. Know what I mean? And then I would just play the game. But fine, if Juan wants me to watch it, I guess I will. Fine. Okay, why are you not releasing from this corner? I can see why people find 3DSs annoying. I'm sure there's a reason. I think you hear him. Yeah. Did like this thing have? Why is this thing not wanting to give? Give it up. There we go. Is there like some sticky? Oh yeah, this thing suffered a little spill. A little spill, Bill. You know, I heard Moana was actually decent. Like, it wasn't too corny, it wasn't too annoying or whatever. Oh, they actually used adhesive there, that's why it was sticking. Oh, that's cool. Okay, good to know. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Now we're gonna inspect. Alright, let's see what we can find out from here. Alright, so we're gonna look at the one that was corroded. Straighten this up. Let's get this straightened up. So we have, let's see, what do we have that's a little messed up here? So we have this chip here, it's messed up. And it's corroded on these pins. I'm sure there's a short. This component's corroded. Another one. Quite a few, actually. Now let's see how similar this circuit is on the one we're trying to repair to the donor unit. Thankfully, they look fairly identical. Yes, okay, so those are components. So basically what I'm going to be doing is just taking the parts from this motherboard and swapping it onto this one. Now, do I need to? Some people would argue, why don't you just swap the motherboards? Well, it's not always about just swapping it. Sometimes people really want the data, you know, for that sentimental value. Hey, Chris. He said crispy. Hey, man. It's like how I like my chicken. But I can't eat it all the time or I'd inflate. I see they use a different chip. I see on the original board they use a Texas Instrument IC, and I guess they were able to source it cheaper from Japan through Mitsumi. You see component undercutting all the time in the industry. And honestly, as a manufacturer, you want to get the best bang for your buck, so makes sense. Alright, so I will say, I want to do this in an organized way, so I'm going to be removing components one at a time, but first things first, I'm going to try to clean this original board off as best as I can without damaging anything. So I'm going to be kind of picking at it to kind of get this crystallized Coca-Cola off of it as best as I can. And I'm going to be taking measurements to make sure I'm only replacing what I need to. So let's see, I'm working over here. And I'm using a plastic spudger because you don't want to use metal and be more abrasive than you need to. So the goal isn't to damage it, it's to clean it. Whoa, it's a Spider-Man meme. We got 2 Chris's in the chat. Coke, you are correct, sir, but the brown kind. It's a little loud for me. Trying to be very careful not to rip any components off prematurely. So far, I'm most happy that there aren't rip traces, but I definitely see where the corrosion was the worst, which is this area. So I'm gonna be very careful not to overshoot my scratches here. This is where the fun part starts. Or the cleaning part, I guess. But not so fun. Oh my goodness, that part just ripped right off of the board. So I'm wondering what that is. TP. I wonder if that's just a capacitor. So we know those 2 components are completely cooked, and on a good board, well, let me move this over here. What's this, the bracket? Alright, this little bracket assembly, I could put it up here. Alright, let's zoom in on the component I just knocked off. So it's this upper component on the other board, the one that's corroded with soda that I just knocked off, this guy. I'm curious to find out what that is, so let me get my multimeter. Let's see if it's a resistor or a capacitor. I can't tell from here, but I can tell once I put my meter to it. So let's go in ohms mode. And I want to look into maybe getting some type of multimeter that I can show on screen. That'll be cool. Yo, why is this channel not getting recommended to me more? Hey, I appreciate that, Trent. That's what's up. That's good. Hey man, we out here. We're just trying to stream, and hopefully Mr. Algo likes us enough to push us out. T-Pain? What do you mean T-Pain, Juan? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by T-Pain? Alright, let's see. Is this a resistor or is this a capacitor? What are our guesses? TP? Like, oh, test point? Oh, because it says TP like 6.7. I wonder if it's just like a solder bridge? Okay, so I'm reading 151 ohms on this one, but what about this one? 150 ohms, so I'm thinking it's a resistor. It's funny, I don't know why they don't Like their reference designators are different. But then again, they have test points all over the freaking PCB. I think that's just for the test points. I don't think they show you what's a capacitor resistor. They removed those reference designators. Yeah, you can see that's what they did. They show diode symbol, they show positive, negative, but they don't tell you what's a resistor, capacitor, or the excuse me. So this is going to be one of those. You said what TP meant. Oh yeah, TP stands for test point. My bad. I didn't know that's what you were referring to earlier. Actually, I think this is going to be one of those repairs where I'm going to like need to take a picture of everything and then like come back later and like Microsoft Paint and point out what everything was, like box it off and point it out, like make like a diagram. So let me do that now. Because that component literally just broke right off, and I'm sure, you know, if you want something to work, you're going to need all the components that it was originally designed with. Whether it's a car, a human being, can't live without your kidneys. Alright, so I'm glad to know the value of those. Let me write it down, even though I can't point to it exactly because there's no reference designator, because manufacturers love to do that because they want to make it harder for you to figure out what exactly everything is and how it works. Because why not? Why not make it on better in difficulty? Why not? Alright, so we have two resistors stacked above each other. They look like 0402s. They might even be 0201s, but they look like 0402s. They're both 150 ohm resistors. I'm probably going to be the only one with that information because you cannot find that information on the internet. Anyway. Yo, there's Leo movie on Netflix. What in the world? Shout out to Leo. You the man. Yo, I need to put him on a shirt. It'd be like, where's Leo instead of where's Waldo? Where Leo? That'll be hilarious. And he'll never know. That's the crazy part. He's gonna be famous only to like a select few people who watch this stream. Okay. Let me go onward back to the corroded board and see what we can get. That would be fire. Yeah. Oh, instead of where's Waldo, where's Leo? And to all the new streamers, or new viewers, sorry, who don't know who Leo is, let me give you a bit of lore of the channel. So when the Nintendo Switch 2 dropped, I did a giveaway as a way to give back to the people who've been supporting me up until that point. I think at that point I was like 100 and something subs and followers on Twitch. Devon said I would buy that merch. I'd wear that merch on stream. Be like, where's Leo? So when I did the raffle and I was drawing the names, I was using a software called Sweep Widget. It's just an online software. Apparently Facebook owns it. And when I rolled the name the first time, it came up with a name of a guy named Leo. I forgot his last name. Leo something. I could rewatch the old stream and find out. And part of the rules in order to win the prize was you had to be watching the stream and type in any of the chats. Like you had to just contact me and say you were there watching. And I gave people, I think it was 90 seconds, and I had my stopwatch up. You had 90 seconds to basically claim your reward. You won the giveaway, or the sweepstakes. It's not a giveaway, it's a sweepstakes. And no response. Imagine winning a Nintendo Switch 2 the week, or either the first week or second week it was out. I think I did it the second week. It was out. And you lost it because you weren't watching the stream. That's all I can. Wait, no, it's this way. This is what I got. It's the only thing I can think of. The fattest L in the century of the century. All right, let's get back to microscope stuff. That boy took the biggest L for freaking free, man. Imagine. You didn't even have to be a long-time viewer. That was open to everybody. I think going forward, I'll probably make my like giveaways for people who actually support. Like maybe like you have to watch for a certain amount of time or something. I don't know how to set that up, but I'm thinking you can in my head. Maybe there isn't a way. That was insane. That was a night, boy. Everybody was giving Leo flack, especially Juan, as you can tell. He still gives Leo flack to this day. Because it's just so crazy to believe. Like, you spent the time to sign up for the sweepstakes, and I guess he didn't read the rules, which I had them very clearly and well written out. And imagine. That just reminded me how much I hate Apple for innovating in the field of making their crap impossible to repair. Yeah, unfortunately, it's in their best interest to do that, unfortunately. At that point, they're thinking of themselves and not the everyday person or consumer. They don't care. Because in their head, it's like, well, if you can't fix it, you're probably just going to buy another one or send it to us and we're going to charge you to fix it. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit more. Ooh, those pads are corroded. So I'm going to have to find a way to make that connection again. That's alright. I have something called a rotary tool. And in fact, let me start charging that now. I'd hate to need it and then the battery's dead. Because I don't use it often, but I have it. For exact things like this where I need to peel back on some solder mask. Alright, let me get this boy charging up. Rotary tool is Elon Musk. Well, now I understand the where's Leo bit now. I would support that merch idea. Yeah, once you know the lore of it, it's like it's actually hilarious. You won a sweepstakes but weren't there to claim your prize is crazy. Now the pressure's on. I cannot and will. Pressure's on. I cannot and will not be another Leo. Dark side Leo. Absolutely not. Imagine that. Alright, so far I know there's a couple more components that I'm gonna have to get out of there. In fact, let me rotate the board here. I'm gonna see if I can yeah, so this IC has crystallized sugar all around it. Let me see if I can get in there. I might need to use the X-Acto blade to scrape those connections. Yeah, it is bad. Let me see if I can use alcohol at this point. Let's see what that does. Sounded like he was too busy on the L train. I would not be surprised at this point. I just don't get how you miss out so hard. Okay, get a big chunk of crystallized, old, fossilized at this point, Coca-Cola. It's like I'm trying to be gentle because I don't want to damage any traces. At the same time, this stuff is really on there. And funny enough, some of these components are probably still good. That's the crazy part. Some of these things are probably still good. Excuse me. Wait, let me make sure I'm in frame right here. Well, that knocked smooth off the board, but I already know the value of it, so I'm not worried. And yeah, these traces are done. I'm gonna see if there's any other components I can try to keep on the board and be able to salvage. Because the less I have to replace, the better. Hold on 1 second. I can see a Jeff announcing the next winner right before the winner is announced. Jeff will kick us out and blame it on Storm. Uncle Phil Jazz. Wow. You think I would do that? Nah. I would never. Don't give me ideas. Wait. Alright. What time is it? Dang, it's already 9? Jeez Louise. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Alright. Oh, I gotta make sure I'm in frame. Yeah, I don't need to be this zoomed in, actually. Alright, I think it's only those resistors I need to swap out so far. These two. Or these two. So far. And I wanna... Oh look, they do have R105. I guess they're talking about this guy. Alright, let me take some more measurements to see what else is shorted or not shorted. After a quick break from our alcohol sponsor. How does that much corrosion build up? Sheesh. It's actually not that much. It's just the fact that it's coke from like years ago. I think this spill happened like a decade ago. And the owner just kept the 3DS in their possession all this time. Oh crap. Hold on. My alarm's going off. But yeah, it's just that Coca-Cola, man. It's nice and crispy. Alright, the IC might be salvageable, actually, which is good news. Let me see what else I can just clean off. Maybe it's just those two resistors need to be changed. And if that's the case, that's nice. Because, honestly, this 3DS I'm using for parts is a personal 3DS that I decided to use for parts. Because the prices people are trying to charge online for 3DS motherboards is kind of ridiculous. Oh, okay. I just got more insight from the customer. They're watching the stream right now. He said the spill happened in 2016 and it actually worked, but as time went on, the console got worse and worse until it finally stopped working in like 2018, 2019. So that's more lore on this particular 3DS. He said, "Oh wow, that's Coke like Coca-Cola or Coke like Coke." Oh my goodness, like what you see at the movies. Alright, I think we're getting to a point where all we have to do is make new landing pads for those resistors. And I think we might be in business here. You know what? I might even just use my X-Acto blade and not a rotary tool. It might be overkill. Alright, so it's getting cleaned up pretty well. Let me back this up a little bit. And go with my alcohol sponge swab here. Alright, and then I'm going to use my air gun. Pardon the noise. Dang, looking a lot cleaner there. Looking a lot cleaner. Might need to reflow those joints. Let me do that now. add some flicks. Let's see, are we in frame? Oh, let's zoom in. Alright, that's pretty focused. Alright, looks good. Sometimes when you burn off like this old like soda, it smells terrible. It smells so bad. Alright, I think that's pretty good. So cocaine bear, fair enough. This guy. Okay. Hold on, let me really zoom in on that. Let me check these. Oh no. It's corroded way worse than I thought. The outer pins are okay, but you see the inner pins have that layer of corrosion. So I don't think they're making a good connection with this IC. Same thing with these caps. Dang it. I was really hoping it would. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let me see if I can scrape off that top level. Dang, I think we may need to Alright, let me see if these pads are salvageable right now. He's very zoomed in, so the lighting is going to get bad in terms of the microscope camera, but we'll see. Oh, sorry. Do you own a Wolfbox air duster? Do you own the Wolfbox air duster? So good. I recommend for an air duster like a portable hurricane type winds. Just saying. No, I've never heard of that thing. What exactly is it? Is it just like a motorized air gun, or? Oh yeah, that pad is completely gone. Yeah, this pad is completely gone too. Okay. I think I might need that rotary tool after all. Alright, let me get the bit I need for this job. Okay, let's go on this camera view. I'm gonna try to get this bit installed. Alright. Let's get back in there. let's see how much we got pulled away of the silk screen on this pad in particular. Alright, it's not bad. We have a good amount of metal exposed now where we can remake the connection. Alright, so we need to do that a few more times. It's kind of a high-end motorized portable air duster. Google it, my guy. Instead of Googling that kid who's trying to go Super Saiyan. You mean Jalen? I guess technically you could make the connection from here to here. Between this spot and this spot if needed. Yeah, that pad was completely gone. Jeez, that pad is completely gone. Alright, let's do a check. Make sure we're not losing too much material. It's always better to stop and check than to just keep going and not know where you're at. And it's crazy how much of that pad was just gone. Kind of the same thing. I could go from here to here. I'm thinking. I don't know for sure. Alright, we're exposing some metal here. Alright. Let's do some more cleaning. See where we're at. Is this enough to work with? See, this is the part where a lot of people can get a little tense and sweaty. I'm just like, it's a necessary part, man. Gotta know how to do this. Let's change our angle. This copper is pretty thin. Oh, sorry. Not having this thing in frame is a big deal. Alright. That pad was so badly corroded, it was like eaten up in there too. But we have some exposed metal, so that's good. Thing is now we have to make the jump from here to here. If I knew now, I could have just made a jump from here to here. That would have been an easier jump. And then here to here. Alright, would that work? So this would be here. This would be there. This would be there. I know that's an island from another. You just want to connect the two so you can go here, 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 here. Yeah, that's alright. So now what I need to do is I need to prep the area for some fresh solder, so that way I can solder my donor resistor, 150 ohm resistor. Alright, so we have some solder there. Alright. Hey, it's Ben. How you doing, Ben? I almost want to bridge it so that I can make sure solder is going and I can wick it up later. Okay, so that's made a connection. Kids back in school, but excited to see them do great things. Nice, man. Alright, that bridge is not a problem. It's actually a good thing for now. Seems like every year things get faster and faster. Man, you're not lying. Same here, man. fighting the blobs here. Alright, let's see if that did it. Alright, I'm gonna put this thing at an angle. We're gonna see. Let's see here. If we remade those connections. Yes, good. Those connections are reestablished and there's no shorts. So that's a big deal. That's a big W right there. If the chip is still good. That is a huge W if the chip is still good. Be a huge success. Looks like all we need now is 250 ohm resistors, and hey, I agree with you, man. Idle hands can lead to some dastardly work. I'd rather be busy, man. At least I don't have to focus on negativity, you know? Alright, let's check these capacitors. I can put one lead here. What do we get? Let's see if this cap's good. Alright, I'm not getting anything that way. Let me switch my leads around, see if it makes a difference. Okay, 0.656. I have reason to believe that capacitor is probably good. Alright, let's see about this one. 0.549. So 0.656 and 0.549. Let's measure the other board and see what we get. .546 and 0.529. 0.589. 0.535. Okay. .656, that seems high. 89. .199. 0.19. 146. Okay. Right now I'm measuring that IC that I've been working around, this guy right here. Find a ground. Nice, we're getting comparable measurements. So that's good. That's good. That gives me faith that that IC, even though it had a bunch of corrosion on it, is probably still good. So that's really good. Alright, so next we need to install, well, I guess let me check the other ones before I get too excited here. So we have this guy down here that's looking a little rough. Dang it, shorted. So this guy needs to be replaced if it doesn't repeat here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have to replace that guy. That guy's confirmed dead. So let's get him removed from the circuit. And I'm going to go in, how do I want to get in there? Definitely want to get in this way. Be like this. Alright, this guy, this little real dark guy. Hey Jeff, since becoming a full-time engineer, what hurts you the most physically, or should what has been a nuisance physically? Since becoming a full-time engineer, what hurts you the most physically? Like, because I sit down a lot? I feel like that right there hurts me the most physically. If you mean like from that perspective, I would say low back. Because, you know, sitting down all the time is not always good, so I make it a habit of like going for walks when I'm at work, just to help with low back pain. Of course it. Oh no, it didn't take the pads with it. But I have no idea what measurement that is. Well, that's good. It didn't take the pads with it though. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. That's pretty good. Alright, let's get that cleaned up. Your back or your hands? Funny enough, I don't suffer from any hand cramps. I've never been diagnosed with carpal tunnel. There's been times when like my habits were kind of making my hands hurt, but that hasn't been the case for a while now. And really, that was going on when I was playing Super Smash Brothers Melee competitively, like going to tournaments and whatnot. It's very taxing on the hands, especially when you play like one of the space animals, like Fox or Falco. And I was a Falco main, so RIP, RIP my hands. Still not as bad as Fox though. Alright, let's just double check, make sure that short went away. It should have gone away. Alright, the short is gone. Alright, I'm going to get this capacitor off this board. The good board. But no, never suffered carpal tunnel. I will say I do have my right shoulder gives me issue, which sucks, but I guess that is what it is, I suppose. Is that a resistor or a capacitor, man? Maybe it's a diode? Because I wasn't getting a resistance the other way. 18 mega ohms. No, it can't be. It's not a diode. That wouldn't make sense. Oh, let me make sure I'm in frame. I keep having an issue. I wish there was crosshairs in what I see. 1.7 voltage drop. Alright. I'm gonna have to take this thing off and be very careful not to sneeze, because this is a one-shot kill here. I cannot cannot allow for this component to fly away. Okay, cool. Very good. Very good. Alright, we got it off, and we're going to transplant it. Gonna move this board out the way, keep this guy in the focal point, focal view. That's where we need to get this guy down. said, I know your head probably feels like it got hit by a brick after work and live stream. Being a content creator and working always isn't easy flex. Man, you're not lying. And I had delusions of grandeur when I started this thing, and I really had to tone it back. When I was originally like cooking this up, I thought I would be able to do this every night, and I'm like, bro, that's not sustainable. It's not. It's just not. Especially trying to run like what I do as a business, it's not sustainable. Because there's a lot of back end things like responding to customers, that's all me. Trying to get new business, that's on me. Answering phones, that's on me. Oh yeah, Juan, I know you know. I know you know, man. If anybody knows, I know you know. But yeah, it can be intense. It can be intense. And you know, sometimes it can make you question like, all right, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? But hey, man, no Diddy. I like how you squeezed that in there. That was good. That was good. But yeah, it can be a lot if you're not ready for it. All right. You know what? Let me see if I can get measurements off this thing. The problem is when you try to take measurements with a probe, and like sometimes the leads can fly on you when you're trying to get a measurement. Alright, so I'm getting 2 nanofarads. So 2 nanofarad. Alright, let me see if I get that the other way. So I really can't use this component, and I have to use the bathroom, and I'm trying to fight that too. Alright, 2 nanofarad. That's what I'm reading on this guy, and I'm pretty sure it's a capacitor, but I could be wrong. Alright, I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Sorry. 1 second. Potty break. No Diddy. We are back. Okay. Back to just chatting. But the process is fun and rewarding, just like everything. It has its peaks and valleys. Talking about as dry as a raisin valley. You know, not a huge raisin fan for whatever reason. I know my dad likes raisins. Could never get behind them, man. What did we say it was? 2 nanofarad. Let's see. 2 nanofarad. Alright, nice. Alright, got that documented. Now let's solder it onto the board. And go from there. Oh, wait, let me make sure I'm in frame. Just make sure I'm in frame. Okay. clean these tweezers off. They're a little too sticky. Raisins are the nastiest food ever. People like it like it's candy. I cannot understand it for the life of me, bro. Man, we have so many similarities. I could never get behind raisins. I'm like, why? Oatmeal raisin cookies are the reasons I have trust issues. Someone was like, oh, Jeff, we got a cookie for you, man. It's chocolate chip. You're gonna love it. And then I bit it, and I'm like, I can never trust you again. You're dead to me. You're dead to me. It's over. It's funny, in our house, like, back in the day when we used to get, like, those variety cookie packs from, like, Costco or whatever, or BJ's. Like, it's funny. All the white macadamia nut and chocolate chips would be gone. And then there'd be a stockpile of oatmeal raisin left. Nobody wanted them junks. Oh, come on, man. I do techish stuff too. Oh, that's cool, Trent. Like, what kind of tech stuff we talking? Like soldering and whatnot? Cause if you do, I think you found a home, man. All right, now that I know this side is for sure. Started late. Wait, who started late? Gene, you started late? And when did you start late? What are we talking about? Alright, let's get some flux on there and clean up the solder joints. I did start a little late. Yeah, I started at like around 8. Let's see, how long have we been streaming for? Let me check. Survey says an hour and 37 minutes. Oatmeal raisin cookies is sad. What it does to a perfectly good warm oatmeal cookie. Just sad, bro. Yes. Why can't we just have oatmeal cookies by themselves, bro? We don't need the raisins. Raisins are diabolical, bro. They shouldn't exist. But they're just grapes. Alright. I think on that note, we got this component soldered in quite nicely. So let's clean off this old flux. Alright, get this boy cleaned up. Let's double check that our short is completely gone. Hey, Gene, did you end up playing the Battlefield 6 beta? Or open beta? I've been hearing nothing but good things about it. Alright, let's see if we got a short. Let's see. 1.6 voltage drop, 0 ohms. Okay, see, that makes me think it's a diode, but alright, so that component's good. I don't see any other components that'd be an alarm. I mean, these look rough. Hold on, my finger's too fat to point at something underneath this microscope, but this component, this capacitor here and this capacitor here, they look rough, but they were like, they did have a value. The problem is now is this gap that I need to fill in between here and here is going to suck. Like, cause the component only goes this far, and so now I need to tack a wire to get it over. And then I'm gonna have to reassemble, test, and then solder mask, or I can just go for broke and just solder mask it. We'll see. We shall see. So let me get those 150 ohm resistors off of the donor board and get them transplanted. Alright, let me orient the boards very similarly. And we're gonna start with this guy right here. But yeah, if in the future, it would be cool to open up like the possibility for people to send me stuff. You know how like some content creators have like a PO box that like viewers and supporters can send send things to them. I think it would be cool to open it up to people. And it'd be hilarious if someone's like an OG of the channel and they send me oatmeal cookies. Don't get any ideas, because I will ban you. I would ban you for that. If you sent me oatmeal cookies, I'd probably ban you. Like, not even lying. I'm playing. I would never do that. But I'd think about it, though. Seriously. I would seriously consider it. I'd be like, yep, that's a bannable offense. You sent me oatmeal cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies. Gotta go. Using my vulnerabilities against me. Gotta go. Alright, let's keep this thing in frame and just push it over and get the new board over. And get it into position right there. Also, I'm banned for some reason, you monster. Wait, you're banned on Twitch or something? What do you mean? How the heck did you get banned? Or is it the stream bot going ham again? What? You can't be having Mr. Gene be banned. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll look into that when I can. Because you were a moderator. How the heck could you get banned? Leo banned him most likely. Revenge of the Leo. Revenge of the L. That's crazy. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So we got this 150 ohm whippersnapper that we need to get tacked on to one side at least. Just like that. Make sure it's, yeah, okay, that's good. It's good spacing. Alright, and so now we're gonna have to attach a wire to go from here to here and fill that gap, which I do. Thankfully, I do have like 30 gauge solid core wire. That should make it easier. Alright, so that's in. Now we need to get the other 150 ohm resistor. You monster. But nah, oatmeal raisin cookies, man. I'm serious about that one. That was traumatizing for me, man. That was trauma. Okay. You know, for a good portion of my life, my dad would call me Dr. J. And after doing this stuff at this level, like this micro soldering repair, this is basically surgery, man. I don't have a PhD, but dang. The movie 300 and a half, The Revenge of Leonidas. Point 300 and a half. That was funny. Yo, Juan be cracking me up, man. so we got both resistors tacked on. Let me make sure they're not damaged. PhD and dumb? What? What do you mean PhD and dumb? You dissing me too, Dave? That's what we doing now? DUMB. I don't get it. I don't get the joke. You have to say it right. I guess. Alright, let's check the resistance. It's a whole thing for some reason. The account that's linked with my Steam account. Oh, you're talking about Battlefield. That's right. I think I asked you about that already. You're right. I get you now, Gene. Alright, let's see what resistance value we get. Should still be 150. Alright, 150 and... Uh-oh, we're reading a short here. That's not good. Okay, maybe I need to push it down the road a little bit. It's like fat and fat. Pretty hot and thick. Damn, Dave's coming in hot. I'm saying though, I'm like, what did I do to Dave? I'm like, Dave, is Dave still upset that the stream ended? Wolfpack in chat. Hey, Course Look. Dave, it's not my fault. Lightning. Hey, it's Yank. You know what, Yank? That's right. I need to contact you. I saw that you called, but I haven't been able to return your call yet. I need to do that. Now that I'm seeing your name, it reminds me. Oh, that's why. Because this thing is still freaking connected way over there. Alright, let's see here. Hey, what's up, Dad? How long you been there, Dad? RP PhD in DUMB. Oh, I get it. Okay. I like it. Gotcha. Alright, is our short gone? Do we get 150 ohms? 155, 53. Okay, that should be fine. It's close enough. 150. 156. Let me see if I can make that solder joint a little better. I was contacting you to tell you I had the most shocking experience from buying a PS4 in the 10 years I've been doing it. Okay. I don't know if you want to say it on stream or you want to wait for me to call you back, but I'm super down to hear this. Sorry I missed your call, man. Sorry. Crap, my freaking back finger keeps moving the board. Oh my lord. Alright, get you in frame. Stay right there. In fact, let's zoom out a little bit. We don't need to be this zoomed in for me to attack these. Alright, so we're going to get this soldered. Some donkey packed a PS4 and its PSU was packed full of Vaseline to mask the smell of roaches. Oh heck no. Nah fam. Nah. A while? I appreciate that, Dad. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy work. Do you have pictures? Could you post pictures in the Discord, Yank? Please, I would love to see pictures of this. I powered it on to test, hit power, it popped loud, smoked like mad. When I went in to take a look, I found the aftermath of all of it. You gotta be kidding me. That's insane. Like, just accept that you kind of nasty and your house is full of roaches at that point. Like, just own it at that point. That is diabolical work. 150. What's it now? 151. Okay, that's a little bit better. I pick up the underside covered in Vaseline before I powered it on. Vaseline is conductive for sure. Oh yeah. But it's like, how would you guess that? You know what I mean? Like that. I feel like that's an unavoidable matchup. Like that's an unwinnable matchup. Like that happens? Like come on, man. That's such BS. Oh, I'd be pissed. Royally. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to attach a wire, and like I said, I have some solid core 30 gauge wire, so I'm going to be working with that. Let's see, what color do I want? White, yellow, blue, green, red, or black? Definitely not black. Probably don't want to do red. So green, blue, yellow, white. Usually they call it white wiring in the industry when you make little mods like that. The seller ghosted me on eBay. Of course he did. I went, why the hell would you sell that to anyone? I fix power supplies. I expect a crap load of roaches. Yep. Luckily I bought it and not some other who bought it for their child. Yeah, true. I mean, way to look at the bright side of it, Yank. I could have burned a house. It could have burned a house down. Yeah, if somehow it like bypassed the circuit, like the failsafe circuit, yeah. That's just diabolical, man. Like, and then the ghost on top of that, like you knew what you were doing. I just don't understand stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm a saint, but I just can't understand stuff like that. I'm not perfect, but dang, I don't try to do that to people. Alright, so we got a piece of wire that we need to go from here to here, and then also a piece of wire to go from there to there. And this is going to be a very delicate one, so let me make sure I have extra slack so it's not fighting me. Let me get my X-Acto blade. It was totally destroyed. Of course it was. I had to chuck it all out. Total loss, yeah. Were you able to fight with eBay? Or like, you know, like make a claim and try to get some return? Hopefully you're able to get your money back. I contacted eBay and turned them in. Good. Good, good, good. Like stuff like that needs to get reported, man. People can't be like that, man. It's ridiculous. Claim is in process now. Okay. I'm really hoping you get your money back on that, because that's just ridiculous. And he should get his account terminated, honestly. Okay. Got my little macaroni hook. My macaroni wire. Claim isn't processed now. He should be in jail for that. Honestly. I mean, inducing fires, that's like Bluetooth arson right there. Someone was complaining today on Cash App about their PS5 being broken. They never called. They just tried to get a refund. I'm not even sure who it was still. Yeah. You know, thankfully I can say I haven't had someone like really try to like get me like that in a way. Like I've had people who, you know, couldn't pay up front, and I just was like, you know what? I already did the work. It's for your kid, sure. And they ended up paying me. Like I kind of went on faith, which I know in the business world you're not supposed to do that. And I don't do that all the time, don't get me wrong, but that time it worked out. But someone like that, nah, man. Nah, you got to go. Is Gote Mr. SpongeBob ice in his veins? Why would they not call me? Right. It's like, if you have a dispute, I'd rather you just contact me. You know? It's like, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't ghost you, so just contact me. And we can work this thing out. Alright, this thing's gonna want to move. I add some solder to it. Oh, that is perfect. That's perfect placement. Nice. That's what I like to see. I'm pretty sure it was one that was full of vape and gunk that the power supply shut off. Yep. People don't realize, like, when it comes to your electronics, they don't like vape. It's not good for your lungs. It's not good for your electronics. Alright, we're getting a full connection all the way through. Good. Good. Alright, so that's properly soldered in. After I cleaned it, it came on. Wow, really? Just from cleaning it? Really? Just from cleaning the power supply, that was all it took? I'm kind of surprised by that. You know what? Let me bend this one too. It's a little too much bent. Yeah, I guess it did not last. Oh, so maybe like it had a power supply, like something else, and cleaning it maybe was like a pseudo fix, maybe. That happens. That's why I always have a warranty. Worth a try though. Yeah, for sure. Like me personally, I do a 45-day warranty. If I was a bigger company, I'd probably do a longer warranty. But for now, 45 days. Sometimes I even think of making it less time, but I don't want people thinking that I'm questioning my own work sometimes, especially when you already had a warranty a certain length of time. But we'll see. And sometimes this wire wants to fight you. It doesn't want to just stay put. It's like stay put right there. No! I was hoping that wouldn't happen. I went to cut it and that thing flew into the stratosphere. Okay, oh well. Not waste time crying about it. I posted the pic on the Discord. Alright, awesome. In fact, you know what? After I'm done tacking this wire down, I'm gonna screen share and we're gonna take a look at it. Oh no. No. I do not want that to happen. I do not want the end of the resistor to peel off the foil on it. I do not need that to happen whatsoever. last thing I want to happen, because I don't have another 150 on. I'd have to order it, and that would take forever, all because of negligence. Let's see, right here is good. Alright, nice. Let's get this guy back in frame. We're gonna try to tack this guy. Man, like one little vibration. I wish someone made a microscope with like auto tracking. Then again, it wouldn't know what to track to, I guess. Let me spin this thing around. Maybe that'll help. And I feel like this resistor's foil is a little weak, which might be unfortunate. Running around. This is the 3DS, yes sir. Ting, and it's gone. Yep, just like that. I really don't want to lose that resistor, man. Alright, let me get some flux on here, because apparently things don't want to solder. Will, the Chick-fil-A cow, use their Prime sub? Dang, Will, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the Prime sub, man. I don't even know. Have you even... I don't think I've seen your username before. I appreciate that. If this is your first time tuning in, that's what's up. You're one of my lurky turkeys. I don't think I've seen you ever chat before, Will. Either way, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ribbon cables are singed brown. Holy moly, even the ribbon cables for the disk drive got cooked? Yeah, I can't wait to review that picture here shortly. I'm almost there with tacking this connection. Almost there. It's just, it can be a pain sometimes. See, this is where patience is a virtue. Why is my heat not transferring? Stay focused, stay calm, stay focused. Let's just get iron. Let's get some solder on the iron. Alright, cool. Move it down. Let's get in frame. I've never watched the channel. I have no clue why I'm following, but you seem cool and I had a Prime sub. Lol. Wow. That's fire. I appreciate that. I just do electronic repairs, man. And I'm a gamer. So I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you dropping a sub, a follow. That's much appreciated, man. Thank you. I don't know how your algorithm got you here, but I'm glad. See, and now I messed up the other solder joint now. This requires steady hands. And oh, that's why it's so much harder. I have less of an anchor point to try to tack this to. what? Let me add solder, and I'm just gonna bridge it the other way. I mean, that's sick. My roommate just swapped my 2DS with a USB-C, and it's so useful. You know what? I've been seeing that mod go around, and I've been wanting to do that mod. There's actually another device, an audio equipment device that someone, a coworker gave to me to try to fix. I'm looking forward to that one. Dang it, man. Hold on. Wait a minute. Think we can do something here. Think we can do that. There. If I can get this guy to rotate here. It's not pretty. Hey, Russ. Dang, Russ out here gifting subs too? Dang. Look at y'all on a Wednesday night. Dang. I feel so special. I mean, that's sick. Yeah. But nah, Will, that's really cool that you sub, man. I really do appreciate that. And thanks again, Russ. I appreciate that too for the gifted sub. I need to get a soundboard, man. Y'all making me want to upgrade. Alright. I am almost done fighting with these resistors. Almost done fighting with these resistors. Alright, I think I need to reset. Let me rotate this. Let me try a different angle. Maybe that'll help. Because right now, this angle is not helping my feng shui right now. Alright, so that guy's connected. Let's see if I can do this guy without disturbing the other guy. Honestly, those two might be connected. Holy moly, yo, Ben! Oh my goodness, man. 5 gifted subs? Yo, shout out to Ben. Dang. Holy smokes, I did not expect that. That is crazy. Yo, shout out to Ben. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. W Ben in the chat. Dang. Big Ben in the building. Yo, I really do appreciate that, Ben. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That means a lot. Dang. This man's breaking records out here on my stream. Ben with the 5 gifted. I don't think I've ever had anyone do that. This man's making history out here. You know what? If it was gonna be anyone, I could see it being Ben. Like, ever since the beginning, ever since the first repair I was able to get done for him, he's always been, like, very kind, very inquiring. Thank you. And he's been saying that from the jump, just like what he just said in chat. He's always believed in me. I don't even know how to start a hype train. Oh no, the hype train already started. Dang. Yeah, I need to take a picture of this. This is getting posted. This is getting posted for real. Hold on. I gotta take a picture. I'm sorry. I gotta put this on the gram. That's insane. Ben with the 5 gifted. Dang, I feel like an actual streamer now. That's crazy. That's wild. But no, Ben, thank you. Big Ben out here. Isn't that a clock in the UK? The Big Ben? Wait, I should know that. I've seen it in real life. Like I've been to the UK and seen that clock. All right, let me just take some measurements to make sure that I made the connections properly. Just as a test, because I want to test to see if this thing will turn on. All right, it's 150. That's a good sign. And 150 there. That's good signs. Nice, man. We got the connections. They're going to be a little fragile, so I'm going to have to be very careful when cleaning this. I still can't believe Ben did that. Thank you, man. Shoot. Dang, yo, that kind of made my night, not gonna lie. Just the idea that there's people out there that want to see me win, so much so that they're willing to like donate in a way that's like building the community that I'm trying to work on. I really appreciate that, man. I don't take stuff like that for granted, ever. Because I know what it's like to not have support. So, I get it. So thank you. Thank you, Ben. Alright, we tacked the connection. And I want to keep my word to my boy Yank. Big Ben was the center of the Detroit Pistons. Oh, and Dave, sorry, I'm just now seeing your chat. I've been working on a 3DS. A 3DS that had corrosion due to Coca-Cola. Alright, so first, I'm going to look up what the Big Ben is. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's this clock. Here. It's this clock in the UK, in London. I've seen it, but it was under construction when I went, so rip. Alright, anyway, and then now, let's look at what Yank posted in the Discord, in our community, in our WolfPackElectronics community Discord. Alright, let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at the Vaseline. Look at the bugs. Look at the bugs. The bug residue. Look at that. Yo, come on, man. Why? Like, why destroy? Oh, nice desk mat, by the way. I like that. And is this your mouse? That's sick. Are you a left-handed mouse user? I think that's cool. But nah, man, that's ridiculous, man. They knew what they were doing. But why? Wait, so Vaseline was used to try to mask the odor? Thank you, Chlorslug. I appreciate that, man. I'm really trying out here, man. It's not easy, full-time job, trying to keep customers happy, trying to juggle a lot of things, but I'm trying. That's all I know. I'm just gonna keep trying. Yo, Yank, my bad, my man. Yes, custom mouse, titanium and aluminum? Dang, that's an endgame mouse right there. That's crazy, that's cool. Follow the ribbon cable going down behind the PSU. They are brown and crisp. Okay, here. So power supply is over here. This is the ribbon cable he's talking about. Let me see if I can zoom in anymore. I can't. So this is the ribbon cable he's talking about. I believe this whole thing is the power supply on the PS4s. This portion here. In fact, I should probably import this into Paint or something so I can zoom in. But I can kind of see crispiness right here. Right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. You know what? Let me try that. Let me import this into Paint. Let me save it. And import it into Paint. And then we can get like a better look at it. Let me see. Open with Paint. Sure. With Paint. Yeah. I can kind of see a little bit of crispiness right here. Oh wait, hold on. Let me change my color. There's some crispiness here. Is that where you were pointing out? It's wrecked. It happens though, I guess. Lucky isn't Babel oil, otherwise we know who this PS4 belonged to. Yo, Juan, man. Are you a comedian on the side, man? Are you like the funniest Samoan out there? Like, what the heck? How do you come up with this stuff? No, that mouse is sick though. I'm not gonna lie. That is fire. That is a cool looking mouse. Look, it's got like a dial. Like I'm guessing wrist, the palm rest can be adjusted. Look at that. That is a top tier mouse. I know good computer accessories when I see them. But okay. Yeah, this person obviously is a point of sale machine, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. They are a Clover point of sale machine. And I will leave it at that. Give me that emote. Nice. They are definitely someone I would never want to do business with ever. Okay, well guys, I think it is about time for us to test what we have done. I think we have recovered the power circuit, or the power switch circuit, I should say. Let's go back over to the overhead cam, and we are going to attempt a reassembly and test. After I seen how bad it was, I went, what the W2F, man. Yeah, I mean, totally rational response to that situation. That's ridiculous. But yeah, Russ and Ben, y'all going crazy tonight. And Will, I didn't forget about you, Will. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to all of y'all. But Ben is crazy, man. He's on another level. That is wild. But all support is appreciated. I don't want to make it. I know Twitch makes everything seem like a ranking and you're competing, but to me, support is support, and it means a great deal to me. All right, let's get this reassembled, and let's see what we can do. Let's see what we got going on with the corroded board. Yo, look how tiny that is. Like, I know on the microscope it was making things look so big, but can y'all even see what I was doing? Like, those wires I was trying to tack on, like, I can't even get it in focus. Let me just put something in relativity to it, and I'm gonna zoom this thing all the way out as much as I can. Okay, what? Okay, here's the tip of a syringe next to it. It's smaller than that. That is so tiny. Oh, yeah, that happens, man. You're doing good. Keep at it. Talking, my associate messaged me. Swing by. Alright. Super tiny, brother. Yeah, hence why I'm gonna have you do my PS4 wireless board for me later this month. Hey, I can't wait. Let's finish this, brother. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see if all of this effort was for naught, or was it actually useful? We actually accomplished something today. Let's see. I guess I can just get it to a point where I could test, but the 3DS is very finicky. If it doesn't detect a single ribbon cable, it will not power on. So It's like your way of knowing that you didn't reconnect everything properly. And that's one thing that's kind of annoying about the 3DS is you essentially basically have to fully assemble it if you want to test it. Which is annoying for obvious reasons, because sometimes you just want to check something real quick before you fully close up a console. You don't really have that luxury with this console, unfortunately. And here's the most annoying part when it comes to 3DS repair, is this ribbon cable right here. This ribbon cable turns boys into men. Now granted, this is just plugging it in. When you have to fully fish it through the top shell, boy, you want to talk about anger and frustration. So your associate texted you, but you yelled back. Now that's kind of funny. Hey man, we try to keep it light and fun around here, you know what I mean? It's the Wolfpack way. I wouldn't do it any other way. Oh, I already know this is gonna piss me off. I just know it. You know what? I guess your situation is what you make it. I probably shouldn't approach it with all this negativity already. Let me at least try a few times before I get all upset. It's just I've done these before, and at this point, this is just some past trauma. It's like, you know what? I should make a meme post about it. It's like what traumatizes people, and then what traumatizes me, and it's literally just the mid frame of a 3DS and a ribbon cable. Okay, just stay focused. Focus up. I believe accomplishment shall be achieved. Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence in your boy. You know, maybe if I approach it like this instead. Uh-oh. Losing buttons. Oh, okay, it's just the home button. That's no big deal. Or the power button in this model. Oh, okay. This angle makes it not so bad. Oh! I had it in! No! Slipped right out. Too much baby oil. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I just had to beat Juan to it. Okay. And snap. There we go. Nice. That wasn't so bad. That was a lot better than I thought it would be. Floor slug. If you were betting on this, you would have made some money. Does he yell back through the vents? What do you think this is? A sweatshop? You think I got man just like in the trenches? If I did, he'd probably be yelling help. He'd sound like a Jinjo from Banjo-Kazooie. Help! Help! I don't know if you guys get that. Well, yeah, I know Juan gets that reference. We were talking about Banjo the other day. No Diddy Kong Racing. Hey, that's a good one. I like that. I guess I should have taken more pictures so I can post something on the gram. This is like my last opportunity to take a picture through the microscope. Sorry about that, guys. That's what happens when you're content creator. And really, I should be putting solder mask. Oh yeah, and this is a cool trick I like to do. I don't really see anybody else doing it, but I like to look through the lens of the microscope because it gives you like a really cool image, and I like to post that. So it's like people were looking through the microscope with me. It does require a steady hand, but I'm getting better at it. He said I'm too old for references. Well, yeah, for these references. But to be fair, you probably don't need to know these references. Banjo-Kazooie 1 and 2 remake, I'm praying for. Please. Oh, yeah. Wait, you went from 3 to 10 subs since I left? Yeah, man. Big Ben out here with the generosity. That's crazy. I guess that means we got something good going on. I guess that means I'm doing something, right? Alright, I'm just trying to snake the antenna, the Wi-Fi antenna, through these little channels so that it stays put. I know with these consoles, if you don't snake it properly, the console won't fully close properly. And I've worked with enough of these to know that. There's like these little positions where it basically like tucks it in. Man, I'm actually really happy we got that ribbon cable in, man. That thing could be such a pain in the cheeks. Alright, I'm in need of a component, the microphone component. Try to get to Ryan Toys review status. What is that? Who's Ryan Toy Reviews? Gaining traction? Yeah, man. Can never line my phone cam up well enough to take pic through the eyepiece of my microscope. Aw, man, you can do it. I believe. Just like how you believed in me, I believe in you. I'm sure you can. I mean, I'm not special, and I did it. I will say it did take me a while to kind of get a true hang for it, where I felt like confident doing it. But once I got it, it was locked in. And for a while, like on some cameras, it does this thing where like, for some reason it would switch to the different lens, and that would infuriate me. Because you're like trying to take this picture, and then it swaps over. Make sure I got everything out of the bag. I do. No more parts left in this bag, this ESD bag. Alright. Let's get this microphone installed. Oh wow, and the membrane for the home button. Need to get that installed. It's always nice to have a reference console so you know you're doing what you're supposed to. sure there's no other pieces. Nice. Alright. I think we're about there to snap the motherboard in. At least get it in all the grooves. Make sure everything's lined up. I'm not pinching any ribbon cables. Right when I say that, I notice one. Okay. There's another one. Are there any more? Any more? Nope. I think that is good. Nice. Alright, we got this guy installed. Wait, is that supposed to tuck underneath there? Oh, I can't tell. I don't think it was. No, there's no way it was. It wouldn't have the space to. Alright, cool. Nice, nice, nice. We're getting there. Let's see. Said Ryan's Toy Reviews. He makes $11 million a year. He started for YouTube like he started gaining traction. Is what I'm hoping for you, man. You're a good dude and your content is even better. Dang, thanks, man. Dang. That's what I'm saying, man. At least for me, having people that want to see me win does so much for me, man. Like, in terms of motivation, it's like, dang, that's like all I need. Puts a nice battery in my back. So thank you guys. Alright, so far we're looking good. Man, I'm so curious to see if this is gonna work. Do I think it's gonna work based on me taking measurements and what was done and seeing the resistance on both sides and all that? Yes. But you know, you can solve one problem and maybe it was a cascading effect, the problem you solved. So it could be that this isn't the only issue, but we shall find out. But I'm really hoping to get this done this week because the customer is vacating town to head back to college soon. And I was hoping to get this done for them before then. That is my goal. Okay. It's just ribbon cable time. And I gotta be very purposeful about installing these because on the 3DS, I think I mentioned it earlier, if a ribbon cable, all gas no brakes, gaining traction. Hey man, fun fact, I love drifting. Fun fact. In fact, before I croak, I want to have a car that's a drift build before I croak. I think that would be fun. And actually go out to the track. And Orlando Speedway is like one of the closest tracks to me, and they finally have a drift pit because drifting has gained traction. Get it? But no, drifting events has gained traction ever since they did Formula Drift there. Sorry, I hope my noggin isn't too in the way, blocking things. Dang, Will using the emotes. I see you, Will. You're. I'm not even from New York, but you're. Just patience and time. One of the best sniper rifles in Destiny 1. That thing was so broken. Literally, it rewards you for playing kind of campy. So if you sit and you crouch and you ADS, which is aim down sights with it, it makes you turn invisible. It's such a broken concept, at least in PvP, where people would just sit in the background invisible, you can't see them, and then they snipe you. What a game. Alright, nice. Ribbon cables are in. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're cooking with gas. Oh no. No. Darn it, man. That ribbon cable got tucked underneath. Alright, let me see if I can bring it up safely. Oh, I can. Yeah. Definitely think I can. Alright, cool. Alright, that was a good recovery. Don't give away my sniper tricks. Oh, don't tell me you're one of those guys. I thought you meant you love drifting like on a controller because it's job security. I like that one. That's a good one. I mean, it is job security. At least I know if I ever get laid off or anything, I can count on Sony with their freaking controllers. Have it stick drift. Sony and Nintendo. Man, I watched a skit the other day about stick drift, man. That junk had me dying. I wanted to post it, but since I'm trying to keep my brand like pretty like brand safe, you know, by not using profanity, I couldn't use it because ultimately that is the meta. Sometimes getting ribbon cables in can be a pain. Nice, but we got it. Alright, we got a few more contraptions to install, to reinstall, and then we can test. Okay, so digitizer, top screen, speakers. Trying to think what else is there. Oh yeah, SD card slot. We have this guy to install. This guy takes 2 black screws. Yeah, it's got to go this way. It's only one way for it to go. Indeed, we have to behave. I appreciate it. I appreciate your sacrifice. He said, I get you, the big pan gigs. Exactly. You gotta think long term, man. That's why I'm trying to be brand safe very early so I can potentially get sponsorships, you know? Plus, like, I don't talk like that, period, anyway. Like, I grew up not really, that cursing wasn't really, like, a thing for me and my family. It's not really a thing, so there's that too. I guess that would make it a little bit easier if you just never really did it to begin with. And I'm not the moral police. I don't care if you do it. That's another thing that I notice is like sometimes when people find out you don't do something that may be perceived a certain way, they think you're judging them, and it's like, I really don't care what you do. That's you. That's not me. That's not my place. He said I don't curse that much, thankfully. I'm trying to see how you're fixing it, but your Domer Simpson is way in my way. I'm sorry. I had a feeling that'd be a problem. Because sometimes when things are really tiny, I gotta really get in there. Wait, is it that bad? Yeah, it is that bad. Okay. Let me see if I can. I'll try to be more mindful of that. Thanks for saying something. let's see about getting the ribbon cable for the SD card reader in. Alright, that's in. Now we need to solder these two tabs down. I see, this is what I mean. Like, I don't want to have to solder all this before I can just test it. You're good, now I see it. Man, some friends of mine though, bro, yes. I hear you, man. I got some friends, it's like, dang, is it really that serious every time, bro? Like, it's not that deep. You don't gotta go so ham. Like, the situation is not that honey baked. Yo, I love my brother, but sometimes, boy, he be blowing me up with the memes. It's like we have meme battles where he's on Instagram and he just spams me, and then I'm on Instagram and I spam him. And that's basically how we communicate these days. Do y'all have that? Do y'all have family members that basically y'all just communicate through memes? On Instagram or some other social media. Alright, got the tabs soldered in. Cooked and charred all three. Jeez, you're good now, I see it. I thought you threw it out. Are you still taking a peek at it? Alright, so we have a couple more things. We have the Wi-Fi antenna. Alright, Wi-Fi antenna in. Wi-Fi antenna in and connected. It's at the scrapyard now. Okay, that's what I thought. You just looking at pictures again or something? Alright, last thing we have is the analog stick. And I can't quite recall how this goes. I can't remember if it's white first then black or black then white. Let me see if I can get some information from this guy. Looks like they went to a different design on this guy. So rip. Instead of two parts, they went to just one part. I'm probably gonna do white first, and then we can do black next, and then we can get this guy in. I do it spam sandwiches. I don't know if that can relate. Oh yeah, isn't that like a thing in like Pacific Islander culture? Like Hawaiians and even Japanese culture has it too, like musubis, which is like spam rice and like seaweed or whatever. I know in Hawaii like spam is like very common. It's like a lot of dishes with it. Sorry, my head's gonna be in the way. I just really want to get this done. Yeah, I still can't believe Ben did that, man. That's crazy. Shout out to Ben, man. I gotta text him after and just say thank you. Like, I really do mean that, guys. Like people who show support, it means a lot. It does. It means a lot. I don't take that one for granted, man. Oh, here I was thinking the ribbon cable to get the top screen in was gonna get on my nerves, but now this guy is getting on my nerves. It's like, why can't it just work? Just go in, do what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do. Just do it. Thank you. Oh my word. Thank you. Stay put. Alright, let's get some screws in, and then we can test. You got it, my guy. Thanks. If my grandma had 2 wheels, she'd be a bike. Wait, what? What is that like a saying? Hashtag spam? I don't get it. Was that like a commercial or something? Thing got so hot it blackened one upper panel. Jeez. I can't believe, like, I get being desperate or being in a position where you're more likely to maybe wrong somebody, but come on, man. Maybe I've just never been hungry enough. I don't know, but jeez. It just seems ridiculous. Alright guys, we're almost there. Approaching 11 p.m., but we're almost there. Alright, that's all the screws. We just need to do the back cover so we can get the L and R buttons back in. But I wonder if I can test without that. And I think one of the triggers ripped. I haven't gotten that on order yet. It's the right or the L button. But I don't think you need these to power it on, honestly. In fact, here, I'm just gonna use this black one temporarily. Oh man, I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen. See, if I had like a mod or whatever, I'd have them run like a poll real quick. Like, what do we think's gonna happen? Is it gonna be doom and gloom? Or did we cook? Ribbon cables. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. They just never want to go in their hole. Get in your hole. Thank you. Alright, that's one. Alright. Think I got everything. Let's see. Let's put a battery in there. Let's see if all this work actually did something. It's time. Let's see. Oh snap. It would have shut off already. We have a blue indicator light. It would have shut off already. It would have shut off already. But I want to see home screen. Hey, look at that! Look at that! W's in the chat. Look at that! Oh! Look at that! Dang! All the original data and everything. This man can collect all his Pokemon again. Let's freaking go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's get a pick. Let's get a pick. Let's freaking go. Dang, let's go. Oh, he's still watching. Hey, W, let's go. This man got to watch it live. That's so cool. Man, can you imagine that? You're sitting there watching with the person working on your thing, and it works? Bruh. Bruh. That's fire. Let's go. Rubba dub dub, big facts. I activated the camera. Oh, there's no SD card. Yeah, I didn't put the SD card in yet. But back camera's working. Right? Hey, look, it's my workbench. I should take a picture. That'd be funny. Inner camera. I gotta look at my face with this headset on. It's working. You can see the camera. Alright, bet. You know I'm taking pictures, right? I'm gonna take pictures and leave it on his SD card on purpose. You'll never be able to forget. Even though this VOD is here, you know what I mean? Can you turn it off and on? Okay. That's a good point. This was involved with the power circuit, so I do want to turn it off and on. And then also... Alright, let's turn it off. He asked me to do that specifically, and let me get a power cable in the meantime. Alright, turned it off. I want to show you guys the power LED is off. It should be blue right there. And power LED is on again. And let me go get a charger. I want to make sure the charging circuit's good. I should have one in this drawer down here. I do. Because I am actually an Advert 3DS user. I think it's one of the best handhelds of all time. The new 3DS XL, specifically. Cracked. Dang, I can't believe we did it, man. That's what's up. This was not easy task, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but like going into it, I was like, man, how many components are actually fried? You never know with liquid damage. That's why liquid damage is like one of the worst things when it comes to the electronic repair world, because it's literally such an open-ended question. Man, when you run out of outlets, I want to show you guys it charging on screen, but I've ran out of outlets. I gotta see if they make like a USB conversion kit for this thing, and that way I can have an outlet available. All my outlets are tooketh. Let me see if I can squeeze it in there. Dang it. I don't have an available outlet. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe I can disconnect my fan here. Let's see, which one is my fan? Sorry guys, I'm just underneath my desk right now, having to disconnect stuff to try to a power cable, the 3DS, and I want to get that on stream. And all my whole desk is pretty well cable managed. That's the one downside about doing really good cable management, is whenever you need to change something, it's a huge pain in the butt. But alright, let's check the charging circuit. Let's make sure it doesn't do anything weird like power off. See if it charges. Wi-Fi circuit's good. Charging circuit is good. We have an orange or amber LED, whatever you want to call it. Don't leave your assertion out there. Yell to the vent and tell him it's a dove. Oh, the stream is up out there on my TV. He's out in like the living room area, so he probably heard the pop off twice. It's probably like ringing in his ear at this point. Alright, let me make sure SD card functionality is good. I think when you put an SD card in, it's gonna like kick it out, or just tell you like, hey, you need to power off the console. Oh, it just came right up. So we have Pokemon. This guy used to watch YouTube on it. It's kind of cool. You get to see like the story of somebody. All right, so one thing we're gonna do is take a picture. I have mine set up on its own breaker. Double double web. Okay, I like the Rick and Morty reference. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of the stream. Hold on, wait, is it over here? There we go. Bam, we got a picture of the stream. Picture of the workbench. I don't know if you guys been seeing it, but some people have been taking like 3DSs to concerts and recording it that way because they like the way the footage looks. Like it's that like retro look. Yeah, that smile looks kind of diabolical, I'm not gonna lie. Oh wait a minute, on stream. Alright, I hope he never deletes these pictures. That's hilarious. Alright, now that we figured that out, time to fully reassemble this guy. Mission accomplished. Mission successful. We did the thing. We micro soldered. Did you take a pic for the gram? Russ, believe it or not, Russ, I took a pic for the gram. I'm proud of myself for taking a pic for the gram. I remembered this time. Dang, I can't believe it. This thing was dead since what, 2016? Or it got spilled on in 2016. Just take a Nextel for retro video. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, a 3DS is so extra, but I mean, at least you could play games on it too, I guess. Better games, I guess. Oh, look at Nightbot actually doing his job. Look at Nightbot doing his job of not banning people for no reason. Yeah, we actually did it. I actually did it. And I don't mean to sound so shocked that I wasn't confident. I'm just like, this is cool, man. Saving it. We saved a 3DS today. Now, granted, we had to take parts from another 3DS, but this 3DS can easily be fixed. It's not liquid damaged. I can get it working again. All I need is 3 components, 2 150 ohm resistors and 1 2 nanofarad capacitor. Boom. And this guy's back up and running. That's amazing. Can't beat that. But alright, I'd say let's wrap it up, and then I'm going to have to check on my associates. Make sure he's alright. I feel like I'm neglecting him. But he's currently working on a PC desktop, so, and he was confident about that. That's one of his strong suits. So, wow, man. That's fire. That's fire. What do I need to do? I need to swap the L and R buttons, or just the L button from the other unit to this unit. That's the one thing that got ripped. So here's the good one. Dang, I got a jet. Great stuff, Jeff. Got a dub in chat. Be safe physically and mentally, my guy. Peace. Juan, you already know, man. Much love, man. I really appreciate you always coming through. You're like the most consistent. Well, you can see it in the YouTube. You're the #1. So thank you, man. Peace, love, and Wolf, man. Let's see. And Yank is #2. He's grinding though. He's coming up. Alright, let's get this thing wrapped up, and then I'm going to end the stream for the night, because we've been streaming for 3 hours now, and it's 11 p.m., and I worked a full day at work, and I'm starting to get a little fried. But at least we had a W to end on, so it's not like all for nothing. Actually end on a high note. Oh, there's another thing holding this ribbon cable in. I thought it was just the top piece, but okay. It should release now. Chahoo! I guess I need to watch Moana. Alright, there it is. Alright. Let's see about this guy. Okay, why is this thing being so difficult? I don't want to lose the spring. Let's keep the spring there. And you should want to come out by now. Thank you. Chahoo! I like that. It's got a nice ring to it. Also, thanks to everybody who's staying on at this time. I know it's late, especially if you're in the Eastern time zone, so I appreciate it. Attitude of gratitude. Oh, there's another screw. Oh, why was that screw not present on this guy? Or did I miss it? Oh. Or is it just different design? No. Yeah, the screw wasn't there. Alright, nice. Oh, wait a minute. This needs to go like this. Bam! Alright, I guess this I will piece together at a later time. I will say, the trigger on this console is a lot less annoying than the trigger on the DS Lite. The DS Lite trigger, boy, that used to get me so angry. I'm like, why did they make it like this? It didn't have to be this way. Alright, I'm not fighting with this thing right now. I'm gonna get these screws in here, and I'm gonna put this all in a baguito. Uh-oh. Alright, we're almost there. Then I get to make people angry, especially techs. Sometimes, you know what? I have to believe in those theories because sometimes it's like y'all really didn't have to do it that way, but you still did it that way. And now I have to question why. It didn't have to be this way. Okay. Alright, we got the new trigger in. Let's go ahead and get the cover on. Get this guy fully assembled. Take a picture for the gram. Here I am trying to be all dynamic with my photos. Look at me. I'm the same guy who was anti-social media for years. Especially text. But what do I know? Hey man, anybody with a titanium mouse, I take their opinion seriously. If I know what's good for me. No, but that is a really cool mouse. I always like that style of mouse. That like kind of modular, open, and very adjustable. I think that's really cool. Like during like quarantine, the quarantine hobby I picked up was building mechanical keyboards, so I really got involved in that space. So that was always really cool. Alright, let's get screws in. Custom made to fit the hand. Oh no, that is the wrong hole. It is this one. That could have been tragic. Since I'm a lefty. Yeah, that is interesting. I noticed it was on the left side. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check on that a little bit. Titanium, outshell plates, and carbon fiber braces to help the PCBs. Dang, that's pretty cool. What kind of switches are in it? Alright, we have our upgraded battery. Boom. Because his old original battery was swelling pretty bad. Nice fire red 3DS. Has been saved. Look at that. Fire red 3DS saved. Red micros, gotcha. Got some gunk up there. Just trying to clean this off. In a little bit, I'm gonna need to check on my associate. But not bad. Wait, I shouldn't do that on the top screen. All the parts I put into it. Oh, so did you custom build it yourself, or did you send it out, or? It's crazy. The back plate is still kind of bulged from just like that. Alright, so all these components I want to put in a bag. Because this 3DS I'm going to need to rebuild once I get the parts I need on order. Just clean it up a little bit before we end the stream here shortly. Like spending this time to clean up, you know? Feel like that's just a good thing to do, good practice. Clean up after. Got the 3DS working, doing its thing. But again, to everybody still here, still rocking with your boy, thank you. I really appreciate you guys being here, as always. I really do need to check on my associate. I hope he doesn't feel like I'm neglecting him. Alright, this one is he's still got some life in him, so I'm gonna keep him here. Man, that was a good repair. That was cool. That was cool. That was a good one. I have a lightest set in now, or a lighter set. Lightest. Alright. Hold this wire back. Man, some of these spools get out of hand. So yeah, guys, what'd you guys think of that repair? How are we feeling about it? I know it was successful, but any thoughts? Anybody feel like something could have been done better or differently? I'm curious if you can remember. It was a good repair, thank you. Trying to think of anywhere I could have done something better, so to speak. I know at one point I was fighting with that bus wire, and that was getting on my nerves, but it's kind of just one of those things, you gotta deal with it. I don't know if there's a better way to try to solder some wires down. Or at least not that I know of. That's why I ask. And my rotary tool came in handy. I don't always use this thing. Turned out great, thanks. When you get the other 3DS finish, I may end up buying it. I've been wanting one. Oh, really? You know what? I have a few 3DSs. If you're interested in the 3DS, I highly recommend the new 3DS XL. It just has the most functionality, and it actually had a decent performance bump. They upgraded the processor. That's cool. Honestly, the 3DS is a great console. Like I said earlier, when I travel, I pretty much just take my 3DS for the most part because the battery life is really good, the games are really good. It's easy to be homebrewed, so you can put all your backups on there. Like it's just nice. It's nice to just travel around with. I would buy one off you. You're a good tech. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 new 3DS XLs up for grabs, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 new 2DS XLs up for grab, and then one 3DS XL, not the new variant. Because when I was buying video games, when I was collecting, a lot of times people would sell the games with the console. You won't load it full of grease. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that, Yank. I think you don't have to worry about me loading the 3DS full of grease. Wild. That's still wild to me that someone would do that. It's absolutely insane. Um, but yeah, guys, it was a good one. We did good today. Uh-oh. We did good. Alright. I feel accomplished. I feel like I actually did something I'm playing. And then with all the subs and everything, crazy. Just crazy. But yeah, guys, let's do our recap. So, recap of the night. We got this 3DS that had Coca-Cola damage from 2016 that really took it out in 2018, 2019. Got that resolved for this customer. It's a sentimental piece for him, so that's really cool. Looking forward to giving this back to him and him enjoying. He was saying like he's really looking forward to playing like Pokemon. But yeah, thank you, Yank. I appreciate that comment. Thank you. I try. Great work, great stream. Thanks, Jeff. Have a great night. You too, Core Slug. Always appreciate having you here, man. It's so cool to like recognize usernames, and it's like there's a person behind that username. That's sick. And they're wanting to watch me, little old me. That still blows my mind. But thank you guys. I really do appreciate you guys. But yeah, that was the stream. We had a good one. We did good, and I guess until next time, peace.